You're watching Meet the Astronomers on Astraveo.
Hello there. Welcome to Astroveo's Meet the Astronomer series, where we talk about the most interesting parts of astronomy, the people. We're going to meet and greet a whole slew of people doing the actual work in astronomy. We're talking instrument builders, telescope operators, professors, early career scientists, postdoctoral researchers, program managers, and citizen scientists. This is absolutely fascinating for me and Joseph because we get to meet a vast array of people on our travels when we go to telescopes or conferences. We meet people from different cultures who speak different languages, who eat different foods, and sometimes grew up seeing different stars than we did if they lived in the Southern Hemisphere, for instance. So this is a lovely, lovely series. We're going to really get to meet some thoroughly interesting people. We're going to hear some stories that will make you laugh, some that might make you cry, but most of all, they'll make you realize the absolute fascination that the human race has with astronomy and its astronomers. All right, let's get started. Okay, good evening. Welcome to Astroveo's continuing Meet the Astronomer series. And today I have the great pleasure of sitting here with my old friend and technical support for the observatory here in Cerro Tololo near La Serena, Chile, Manuel Hernandez.
Yeah.
Thank you for agreeing to do this, Manuel. Podemos hablar un poco de español, poco de inglés, pero por lo mejor vamos a hablar en inglés, okay? So we'll do some English, some Spanish.
Yep.
Anything difficult we're not sure of, I can translate. You can translate. You speak great English. So, Manuel, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Were you born here in Chile? Are you Chilean?
Yeah, I am born in La Serena, in Chile.
Yeah.
I have 45 years.
Yeah.
I'm working here 70 years.
17 years?
Yes, 20 years, long time.
Wow, long time.
2007.
Yeah, well, that means we've known each other for...
September 1, 2007.
Felicidades, congratulations.
Yeah, I am an observer support now
Yes.
in the 4-meter telescope. And my job is prepare the telescope for you, and I need to check all the system here in the 4-meter telescope. Only in the 4-meter telescope.
Yes.
Sometimes I can give you some help so the other telescope is smart. Yes. In this case, depends on the situation.
I think you're being a bit modest, actually. So when I first met you all those years ago, you used to support me on the 0.9 meter, the 1 meter.
In the 1.5.
1.5 meter.
Yeah.
You know all the telescopes here. I know that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Manuel's a technical support staff. What that means is he understands the telescopes, the operating system, the instruments really, really well up here on the observatory. And so he's helped hundreds and hundreds of astronomers take all their data and produce great science results. So we're very grateful to you for that, Manuel. So tell me about Chile. Tell me about the language, the food, the culture.
Okay. The food we like meat.
Yes.
Barbecue.
Well, like in South America.
Yeah. And fish. We have many different type of fish. And mariscos in English, I don't remember. Mariscos are ostiones, locos.
So it was basically all types of seafood.
Seafood, yeah.
Oysters, ostiones.
Yeah.
Pulpo, lots of octopus.
Yeah, octopus.
Gambas, shrimp.
Yeah. I don't know the name in English, but for me it's ostiones, locos. This is our first. We like to drink pisco.
You like pisco sour? Yes,
pisco
you do.
Sour, yes, typical, and beer.
And beer, of course.
Yeah. So you asked me 3 questions.
There were 3. Sorry, I did it very quickly. So the primary language here in Chile
is Spanish.
Yeah.
This is first.
And the culture. Tell me about the culture.
The people here is nice.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
It's very happy. I think sometimes in this part of the people in Santiago is more serious.
Yeah, well, they work very hard and.
It's more hard, in this part, and it's the same too. And if you move to the south of Chile, people's more happy, I think.
I agree.
Because it's more beautiful, the south of Chile, we have many places.
Yes.
And the people, I think, live to very quiet, I think.
I agree. Well, one thing we know about Chile is it's this 3,000 kilometer long country.
Yes, long, yeah.
And so you have these massive variations in
desert on the north. The middle is this desert and many, what's it say, desierto y vegetación.
There's a desert. There are fruit growing areas.
Yeah.
There are.
This is the middle because it's
we're in the middle. That's right.
Yeah.
So we're in the temperate zone here.
The temperature.
Temperate. Yeah, temperate means not too hot, not too cold.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
so,
normal. Yeah,
it's normal. Yeah.
It's fine.
That's right.
24, 25 degrees.
Yeah, that's right.
In this moment.
Yep.
In winter it's more.
It's
cold.
chilly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chilly and chilly.
Yeah.
Well, I think we have all these geographic and climate zones here, going from the very north up with the deserts up in the north of Chile, where you join into Peru and Bolivia, and then way down. We're in the middle, as you said. We're on the sort of southern edge of the Atacama Desert, so we're not too hot, not too cold.
Yep.
And then as you go down south of Santiago, it's still pretty nice in summer, but it gets pretty cold and windy and rainy in winter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, you're really lucky here because you have this cold ocean current coming up from Antarctica called the Humboldt.
The Humboldt, yeah.
Now, that keeps us not too hot in the summer and not too cold, well, in winter.
In winter, yeah.
Yeah. And like you say, right now it's about 25 degrees out Celsius, which is...
this is temperate now. In this
about
part.
90.
But in this part.
In this part,
in the valley.
Yeah, in the valley.
Because in the town is 20.
It's colder, yeah.
Yeah, it's 20.
But they're close to the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
this
that's
is the reason, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So 20 degrees Celsius is 68 Fahrenheit.
The valley in this now is, now in Tololo is 25. The Elqui Valley is 32, 35.
That's true, much hotter.
It's more.
So, I mean, you've seen photos that I've been posting online. The Elqui Valley is essentially this beautiful valley that links La Serena up into the Andes Mountain, where the Elqui River flows through. And they're
small.
It's very small. Well, in winter it can be big when you get the snow runoff and so on. But it gets, as Manuel said, it gets very, very hot down there. You're talking 90 degrees Fahrenheit, 32, 33 Celsius. You mentioned some of the food. You're right. South America is a meat-eating zone of the world. You have, as you said, beautiful fish because you're right next to the ocean.
And fruits.
Lovely fruits here. Papaya.
Papayas, sandías, melones.
Sandías are watermelons.
Yeah, great. Uvas.
Uvas are grapes, yeah.
Grapes.
A massive amount of uva culture here.
Damascus. Oh, we have
many. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And of course, palta, avocado.
Palta, the avocado.
So, yeah, the central valley of Chile actually has this wonderful region about 1,000 kilometers long where they grow all kinds of amazing fruits and vegetables. And that's very common in Chilean food. Yeah. Which I love, absolutely love.
We have many fruits in this part.
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, very, very lucky. You're right. Now, the Elqui Valley is famous for its grapes. It has an awful lot of grapes.
It's the grape and the production of the wine.
Correct. Now, is it wine mostly or is it pisco?
Oh, it's a good question. I think it's pisco.
I think it's pisco.
I think the first is pisco and the second is wine. I think in this part.
I'm 100% agree with you.
Yeah.
So pisco is this liqueur that's essentially fermented grape, and it's beautiful. They add it with they mix in some lemon juice and some cinnamon and some egg white, and it's a very famous drink here in Chile.
In Chile, yeah.
Yeah, probably your national drink, I would say.
I think it's a national drink. Yeah. Wine and pisco.
Wine and pisco, yeah. Yeah, I've had some pisco in my time, and
it's the same for the Russian vodka, and this part is pisco. Correct. And for the Colombian is aguardiente.
Yeah. Yeah, well, each region has their
Brazil
own.
is cachaça.
Yeah, that's right. We all have our different specialties.
Yeah.
So let's talk a bit more about the observatory. We are a group of telescopes up here. There's about 30 up here now, with all the smaller Tennant telescopes. Yeah. As Manuel said, he's been here 17 years. This observatory, or this telescope we're in the control room with the Blanco 4-meter telescope. This was first conceived of in 1974 and started building, and then it saw first light in 1976. I think it's 76.
I think so. I don't remember this now.
It's close enough. So essentially, we're in a 50-year-old telescope, and it's still running today. It has a 4-meter mirror. It's a Ritchie Chrétien Cassegrain telescope, and it has this beautiful camera that we're using tonight, the dark energy camera. And it's this 520 megapixel camera, which is state of the art. It's this 8-ton behemoth on top of the telescope, and we've been running it 12 years now. I think it was installed in 2012.
Yeah, 12. I think it's 12. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's 12 years. And it was sponsored by Fermilab and the Department of Energy in the US. and then the Chilean National Science Foundation equivalent here in Chile. And so it's been operating for all this time, and it's been looking for mainly signatures of dark energy, which is essentially a gravitational force that helps bind the galaxy together and is a very strong influence in the universe. It's Einstein's cosmological constant, essentially. So what on a daily basis, what is your job? So for instance, you and I have slightly different jobs, but we support each other. How do you support the observations?
My first support is I try to find if you have some problem with the instrument, which I can try to fix the problem for the computer or another different system or system of subsystem for the DECAM.
Yes.
And we have more people here. We have in this case 2 electronic. Or if I have more biggest problems,
yeah.
But my principal job, I think, is prepare and try to give you the best try to give you the best.
Well, the observing conditions. You basically make the telescope and the instrument ready for us to use.
Yeah.
So I agree. The service you provide is outstanding. So I think you're being a little bit modest there. You do an awful lot, right? And you're right. There's a big team here.
We have a big team, but in this, now we have very small because it's a holiday day in Chile.
That's true. That's true.
For that reason, we have very small people here, but tomorrow is not observing.
No, we close tomorrow. That's right.
Only one time.
That's right.
In the year, only one.
Yeah, Christmas and
Christmas. Yeah.
Well, so I think if I were to summarize what you do, and I know you well, of course, I think you do an awful lot. So you make sure the telescope is operational.
Yep.
So that means if there's any errors that have occurred during the night or the morning, you help with the team to restore the telescope to operations.
Yeah.
During the day, you make sure the computer system is talking.
I need to check, all the system.
All the subsystems. So the computer, the optics, the filters, the
environment conditions,
the cooling systems,
conditions,
mechanical, everything.
Everything, yeah.
And then you do a second job during the afternoon, which is very important for the telescope and for the science, is you perform all the calibrations in the afternoon.
The calibration, yeah.
Now that's fundamental, because without calibrations, the science data don't mean anything.
Yeah.
So Manuel sets the instrument up to do all the calibrations. We have a screen in the dome, and Manuel makes sure the telescope is pointed at the dome correctly. Makes sure the lamp
special position for the
special position for the flat screen. That's right. And then he sets up this control system in the background here, which runs the dark energy camera, and he makes sure it does everything it needs to do to take those observations. So we're very grateful to you. Thank you for that. Well, let's go back to you a little bit. What did you want to do when you were a boy? Cuando era niño, ¿qué te gusta hacer? ¿Como un trabajo, como una profesión?
Working here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You wanted to be in science, in observatories?
Yeah, because I know this observatory when I have my first visit here is when I have 5 years.
You visited here when you were 5 years old?
Yeah.
Wow. Was it a school trip, or you knew somebody? Or?
My father worked here.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Did I know him?
The same position with me in this zone.
What was his first name?
Manuel Hernandez.
I know him. That was your father?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, there's something else special about that story, because there's somebody else in your family that works here.
Yep.
Rodrigo.
Yep.
So his brother also works here. So he has a very strong family history with this observatory.
Yeah.
I did not know Manuel Hernandez was your father.
Yeah.
Well, look at that. You learn something.
It's the same name with me.
Yeah, I know. Maybe that's what confused me.
It's complete, because the second name is different. He says Jacinto, and Andres, but the same is the same. All the rest is the same. Manuel Hernandez Godoy. My father, Manuel Hernandez Godoy.
That's amazing. That's brilliant. I'm so glad you told me that.
Yeah.
So when you first started visiting the observatory with your father, what did you like about it?
The place and the mountain and the telescope. Yeah. I know when the telescope, the control is in the seafloor, is not here.
That's right.
And then we moved to the other.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I am en Spanish había más gente en ese tiempo. Muchos operadores, mucha gente.
Yeah, so you're saying there's a lot more people. There used to be a lot more people here.
Yeah.
In the operational team. Because things weren't as automated back then.
Yeah.
Like this camera can run itself from this computer on its own, basically. But in the old days, the days of your father, we never used to do that. Everything was manual. You'd have to check the telescope by hand.
Everything is
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. The operational team was much, much bigger. So now at lunch and dinner, there are maybe 6 or 7 people at the dinner table.
Yeah.
There used to be 20 or 30
In the normal time? Normal or in the past?
in the past.
30, 40,
Yeah, 30, 40. All the technicians, the operators.
Mechanical, electronic,
it's
more
amazing.
electronic, carpenter,
I love those days, I'll be honest. So I've been coming here 25 years, nearly.
Yeah.
So a long, long time.
Your first time is 98?
No, actually, my very first time was 93.
93?
Oh my gosh, oh my God, that's 30 years.
Yep.
Yeah, when I started my PhD.
Yeah, no, 25.
Oh my gosh, it's 30 years.
Yeah.
I think my first trip here was 93.
A long time.
Oh my God, you were probably still in school, but...
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well, we both have some grey, but I have more grey, so... Tenemos más ganas.
Más ganas, sí, más viejitos.
Yeah, un poco. So the great thing is, I'm really surprised to hear you say this, because that means the passion I had as a kid was the same passion you had.
Yeah.
And so, do you like the science of astronomy? Do you have a favorite part of the science that we do? Do you like stars or galaxies or planets?
I think I like more the telescope, the instruments.
Yeah. Well, actually, you know me. I've been here a long time. I still do some science, but when I used to work here at the observatory, I was heavily involved in the instrumentation and the telescope. It's very exciting. When it works, oh, it's amazing.
And the technology is more, ¿cómo se dice en español? En inglés, va avanzando más rápido.
The advancements, they've taken place more and more quickly.
Yeah, but the reason is always, all time we need to
evolve, to advance. Yeah, you're 100% right. So were you, I don't remember this well enough, but were you part of the team that installed DECam on the telescope? You were definitely here then.
No, because I'm working the 1.5.
Oh, that's right. You were with the SMARTS group.
Yes, as night assistant.
Yes, that's right. Are you a night assistant at that time?
Yeah. She always night assistant between the 1st September 2007 and 2014, I think.
Okay, so a night assistant is the person that controls the telescope, controls the instruments. So were you doing the observing for the Chiron spectrograph?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chiron, yeah.
Yeah, Chiron. Chiron is this beautiful fiber-fed spectrograph on the 1.5 meter, very high resolution, really good at looking for...
The first is a shell. The second name the shell is the first, and the second is Chiron.
Oh, you started on the shell?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that instrument.
Shell, RC spec.
RC spec.
Yep. Shell and Chiron. And another small telescope, the Canadian Cepapir. You know Cepapir? It's from Montreal University. Special instrument.
Oh, I do remember
infrared,
this one.
I think. I don't remember, but I think it's infrared.
I remember the team coming down here from Montreal to install it. Yes, you're right. What was it called? Can you remember what it was called?
Cepapir.
Cepapir?
Yeah.
Oh, it was in French. I can't remember.
In French?
Yeah, it's a French word. I can't remember what it's called. I'll look that up later and we'll put it in the video. That's I remember the team coming down here.
Lison Malo.
Yes, Lisa Malone, yes.
Etienne Artigo.
Oh, yeah, Artigo. You're right. Right. Just
Etienne.
Good memory, by the way. That was 10 years ago.
No, 14 years.
14 years?
Yeah, 2010 is
2010
the last.
Yeah.
I don't remember the other guy. Yeah.
That's even better memory in that case.
Yeah. It's fine.
So there's an awful lot of good parts of your job. What are the bad parts?
Sorry again?
Hay las cosas buenas por tu trabajo arriba. Hay las cosas malas. Are the bad parts of your job?
The family.
You miss your family, of course.
I can see. I pass 7 here and 7 days in my home.
Oh, it's 7 days up here, 7 days at sea level.
I can't see all day my kid, my babies.
That's tough.
This I think is a more problem.
I agree. I remember that.
The other is everything's fine.
I agree, 100%. Yeah, I of all my time here, I don't think I had bad experiences. The weather, of course, but you can't control that.
But I like to do. Sometimes it's very good to bad weather. The snow when
I love the snow.
Yeah, I love the snow. It's bad for you. But
it's also good.
for the place is good because we need water here.
Yeah, of course.
We have a big problem for the water in
Yeah,
this place.
that's true. Well, if anybody knows me knows I love snow. But you're right. The hardest thing was when my children were down on the Recinto and I was up here. It's hard because you can speak to them on the telephone, but you can't sing to them. You can't have dinner with them.
I think this is the more problem.
Yeah.
For me in this case.
Well, it's tough for the family because your girlfriend or your wife also then has to look after the children on her own. And that's a tough job. So, yeah. Have you brought the children up to the observatory to see you work here? ¿Traeste los niños acá al observatorio?
No, it's not possible for a moment.
Why they don't do that anymore?
Small.
¿Cuántos años tienen? How old are they?
5 and 10.
Oh, 5 and 10?
10
okay.
months.
Oh, 10 months.
10
oh,
months.
Yeah, that's a bit young.
The problem is 10 months. It's not possible to visit to the mountain.
Is it because there's low oxygen up here, lower oxygen?
I don't know the reason.
It might be,
No, because I don't know. It's a good question for the administration, I think.
Yeah, well, maybe it's just
maybe
safety.
The problem, I think it's for safety. Yeah,
like if
it's very small.
Yeah. Well, I have a photo online of when I have Benjamin and Charlotte. Charlotte was born here; she's a Chilena, and I have a photo of me out on the plateau next to the Curtis Schmidt telescope. And I have Benjamin in this arm and Charlotte in this arm. And Benjamin, he had how old was he? He was 7, I think, and Charlotte 5. And they still love seeing that picture.
Yeah, but the 5 is fine. It's good.
Yeah, 5's okay. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah. You know, when I lived in Hawaii and I was building telescopes up there, I saw the locals bring their children to the top of the mountain.
Is it 5,000 meters?
Or 6,000? No, it's a bit less. It's 4,200, I think, meters.
Yeah.
It's about 14,000 feet.
Yeah.
But the locals would bring some babies up there. And the oxygen level it's about 15% lower up there, which for a baby is dangerous. I used to say, "Hey, take your baby down." Oh my gosh! Yeah. So when you're down with the family, what do you like to do? Do you play football? Do you do any sports? Do you have any hobbies?
And now, I try to play paddle.
Well, we're too old for that now. I think that's.
I try. Sometimes because I had this small baby, I need more time.
Mm-hmm.
It's more because I try to pass the more time with my baby. Yeah.
Well, especially because you're up here for 7 days, 7 nights, which means when you're at sea level, you want to spend time with the family.
Yeah. This is my first job.
Yeah, of course.
And the second is try to play some paddle. I think.
Yeah.
But I like to use my bicycle.
Oh, really? You go bicycling?
Yeah. Huh. But I don't. My time is very. I don't have the same time.
No, of course.
It's small. For that reason, I need to program my time in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I think being a modern parent is difficult, like juggling time to do things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
And
what do you see for the future, do you think, in the next 5-10 years? For you or your family?
For me and my family?
Yeah, I mean, both professionally and socially.
Estar aquí?
Yeah, I hope you're still here.
Yeah, I do the same.
I hope so too. I hope so.
With my family.
Well, the children will be growing up. Of course.
Disfrutar a mis pequeños.
Yeah, enjoy them while they're young.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Try to fly some or visit another place or other countries, maybe Europe, and this is my projection for the next 5 years. I think.
I think you and your brother are very similar, actually. I think you're both very, obviously you both speak good English. You're both appreciative of other cultures. I've seen Rodrigo's photos he goes to the Caribbean a lot. And
he likes to.
Yeah, he loves visiting. But I think you're the same. I know that you appreciate a lot of different people's cultures. And I think, as you said, Europe, are your family originally from Europe?
No, from Chile.
No, like 200 years ago?
Maybe Spain.
Probably Spanish, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, because the conquistadors came to South America.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Is your family name, is it a Spanish name or is it
Hernandez
Chilean?
Godoy, yeah.
It's from Spain?
It's from Spain. Yeah.
Do you know which region of Spain?
No, good question.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that.
It's a very
We can look it up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe my uncle. I know he write a book or about my family.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he find to the 6 or 7 generation past, and and he find 3 Spanish grandmothers,
Yeah.
grandmothers.
Oh, yeah, like, oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The great-great-great-grandmothers?
Yeah,
Wow. Yeah, you should ask him what the interest.
and my name is Godoy. In the first is no in Latin, is no y.
It's not why.
It's not Y. It's with Latin. Is Godoy con y latina.
Oh, it's a different letter.
Yeah, because we have there in Chile. He changed the
Like was it the alphabet or the?
Yeah.
It did really?
Yeah.
I didn't know
the
that.
normal is Godoy con y latina. No.
Ah, interesting.
Y. Yeah.
So the spelling of your surname here is different compared to Spain.
Yeah.
Ah, that is interesting. Well, hey, if after we've done this video, you end up speaking to your uncle, I'd love to know where your family's from. Después de este video, estamos grabando este video, me gustaría saber a dónde eran hace mucho tiempo.
Habría que ver.
Yeah. So
Hay un libro. Hay un libro.
Yeah.
No lo he leído completo, pero hay un libro.
Okay. Well, if there's a book, we could look it up and find out. Well, that's incredible. Well, look, we have to get on Sky in a few minutes. It's nearly 9 o'clock, but I wanted to just say thank you for giving us your time. Thank you for the friendship and the professional service you've always given me for nearly 20 years. And I'm really proud to call you friend and colleague. And thank you for making time for us tonight to record this video.
Okay.
Fue un placer para mí.
Gracias.
Gracias a ti.
No, gracias a ti.